This week on Cycling Together, we are taking on the topic of how to get your kids to ride bikes. We're doing it with two very, very special guests.
Yeah, two very special guests.
Our grown children.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a long one, so let's get this started. This is Kristin.
And I'm Steve, and you are listening to Cycling Together, a show about bikes, riding, and riding together. This week's show is going to be very visually oriented, so anybody watching instead of listening is going to have a little bit of an extra experience because of the throwback pictures we're going to be showing as we talk about them.
Yes, I've already done the preliminary edit. We recorded this a couple of days ago. I did the preliminary edit. There are a lot of throwback pictures, and let's give it up to the kids for allowing me to use the pictures. In the past, that never, ever would have happened. That would have been like, absolutely not. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Right to the show.
Hello. We are here with our children. Yay.
What's going on?
With Anders and Sophie.
You could hear that hesitant yay that they have forced us into this room.
No, this is my waiting for stardom.
That's right. Well, this is a big day because this is the last night of just the four of us in this home before you move to Chicago.
Yeah. Wow. End of an era.
End of an era. But before we go, we thought we'd torture you one last time.
Oh,
right? And have you on the podcast. And it was inspired by our friend who said we should do a podcast about how to get your kids to ride a bike. I don't know that we're going to try to be that strategic about this.
Right.
I thought that it would actually be funner
to bribe them.
You bribe them. There you go. We thought it would be funner to maybe go through some of our memories. So those people who are watching on the video, I'm going to put photos in because I have some photos that we're going to look at. But before we get started, why don't each of you tell our audience about yourselves?
Do you want to go first?
Sure. That's like a very broad. It's like an interview question. It's like, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
That is very broad. Yeah.
And your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yeah, I think you put that a little too.
It's okay. I'll figure it out. I'm Sophie. I am a student at the University of Massachusetts Amherst for civil engineering and natural resource conservation. I've been riding a bike my entire life, mostly mountain up until end of high school and more recently gravel. What else? I raced cyclocross throughout my childhood. And what else about me? I'm not moving to Chicago. Yay! Yeah, I'm trying to think bike related. Like I raced for a while. The cycling team at UMass knows I exist.
But you're not participating.
But I haven't really participated.
Okay.
More of a recreational rider now.
Got it.
Yes.
All right, perfect. I'm Anders, graduate from UMass Amherst, moving to Chicago to work for Lifetime, specifically Lifetime Work. So unlike the gym, it's for offices and office spaces for companies.
Such a smart model, by the way.
Yeah, they do apartments.
Lifetime Work.
Lifetime Work.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And I just finished working at the Lifetime Gym in Framingham.
That's right.
Yeah. And there's not too much. And I am the weightlifter of the family.
I was going to say, and do you ride a bike?
All these cardio junkies.
Would you consider yourself a cyclist?
I pick things up and put them down.
I do that.
And hit the treadmill sometimes.
Hold on. Yeah.
You do.
Yes, thank you.
You do.
And I'm trying.
And you're trying.
I'm inspired by both of you.
I like riding bikes with my family and to work.
Okay.
/ school when I did that.
But generally not
No.
on here. It's not your first
I'm
choice.
not searching out.
And for those who do not know, the Lifetime fitness facilities that you see around the country, that is the same Lifetime as Leadville 100 and the Leadville stage race that just happened last weekend. Unbound, a lot of marathons around the country, Sea Otter Classic. That is the same Lifetime.
Well, also they do so many bike events in everywhere but New England and marathons and 5Ks. So unfortunately for me, as much as I avoided bike racing, I'm going to have to start doing it. Not even racing, just participating in. There's like you know how they have clubs at a lot of works or like social groups. They have a bike social group, and I think a good networking strategy will lead me finally to
because riding is
riding. It's mountain biking specifically.
The golf of
They have a mountain
80s,
bike group
right?
at the Lifetime in.
Yeah, they do, and I already joined it.
In Chicago?
So what you're saying is when we come visit with the van and our mountain bikes, we'll be able to go mountain biking with you.
Yeah, and maybe some coworkers. I don't know the situation.
Fun.
I just pressed, "Are you interested?" And I went, "Oh, yeah, yeah, all right. You know what? Sure."
All right. So we're gonna go back in time to look at some pictures, and I want to see if you actually remember some of these moments that we have. Now, the first picture we have actually is you, Anders, getting a bicycle for Christmas. We'll ignore Sophie looking sad and mad in the bottom corner.
I think I look great, but
do you remember getting this bike?
I do remember getting this bike, and this was the first bike I remember getting, at least when I had consciousness.
Right.
Sure.
Yep.
I don't
know. How old are you there? 6, 7?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But that was one of the first
6,
ones.
I'd say.
And then
Maybe
I think
5,
the next one you got me.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it was outside. Or no, that's 2 more. But yeah, this was the first one I remember getting.
Now this one came
at some
from
willing.
your grandfather. Papa Ron bought this for you. Yep. And this is going to be the first mistake we made getting you into cycling because
it is so big.
this bike is way too big.
Oh, that's right. This bike
right.
is too big.
And so we found that.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
Because I remember we got the red one instead because it fit him, right?
Yeah.
We got the red Specialized.
Because we were like, why won't he ride the bike? And they were
Mhm.
like, oh, because it's
massive.
massive. And so that was like, I hate to say, the first lesson that I, even today, when I'm talking to parents of young kids, I'm like, I know it's really tempting to buy a bike that they'll grow into,
You can't.
but like you just would not ride it.
Yeah, if the bike is starting at their bottom of their range, they're growing into the top of its range.
Yeah, no, this is this bike is
Out of the range.
ridiculously
Yes, out of the range.
out of the range. So that brought you that bike.
Yes.
Is the one,
And that bike was the first bike I rode without training wheels.
right?
I remember actually riding it for the first time. You sent me down on this path and I was zooming, but I also remember I didn't know how to brake, or I was too scared to brake at that point.
You were late on the getting the training wheels off, and that was just in your head stuff.
I can't believe you just told that to the audience.
I think
Ooh.
no. I think that was because we got him too big a bike at first.
it was a break.
I put us firmly to blame for the fact that he was a little later, but it was because we put him
And there
on
were
a
no
bike.
balance bikes when you guys were well, at least
Great
not
innovation.
in
On purpose.
mainstream. Yeah.
Speaking of new bike days, do you remember
I
getting this
do remember
bike?
this
Do
bike.
you?
Yeah, the pink bike.
So
Oh,
before we gave you
gosh.
this pink bike, I actually took the red bike and I tried to save money, and we like wrapped it in Dora the Explorer party
Are you serious?
bags because we were like,
Mhm.
it's not girl. You didn't think it was girly enough for you,
No,
so we were
right.
like trying to decorate the red
Yep.
Specialized.
Mm-mm, I wouldn't
That
have
did
it.
not work.
Nope.
So the hot pink Specialized
Yeah, this
came
is,
into play.
Specialized Hot Rock.
Yeah,
Yep.
that one was really cute. All right, what is going on here, Anders Bond?
I don't remember this one, honestly. I know where it is.
Okay,
Not physically, actually. I don't know the town, but I know that park.
right. Oh, this
Firm
is
Race
this
Series.
is the Sherburne. Not the Sherburne.
No,
This
that
was
is the Sudbury.
the
Mhm.
Sudbury
Triathlon.
triathlon. It was like the Tri Sprouts.
It was a
triathlon.
pool
It was-
triathlon.
I remember that
Yeah.
one.
Did
And they-
I do
hate
that one
pool
at some
triathlons.
point?
Yep.
Because
you
I
absolutely
remember, I
did.
think I remember that pool because I just kept swimming into the lane.
How many
like the
duathlons
lines.
did we do?
So we did.
Because the worst part about triathlons is the transition from pool to bike. You are in these soaking wet shorts. And then obviously my dad's like, well, you got to get the slimmest bike seat possible. because whatever reason, and I'm sitting on that thing with the wettest trunks possible. But
Yeah. Yep. I think is the biggest issue with triathlon for me too, which is I've never gone for a swim and then be like, you know what I want to do now is jump on my bicycle and with my wet shorts.
I don't think I've ever wanted to do anything after a swim except shower.
Right. Exactly.
It should be bike, swim, run.
Well, I think part
Right?
of the triathlon is the torture of doing everything after you swim.
Well,
and
the
you're
thing
wet.
about being able to swim anywhere other than beginning is drowning.
Yes,
There it is.
also.
Is drowning.
He hit it. Yeah. It's all about they start with the swim because
You're exhausted.
You're not
You gotta
exhausted.
swim. You gotta make
That
these
is
triathletes tougher.
All right. So this next one, this was a big jump for you. We introduced to Anders.
I remember that bike. Why do I look like
road
I just
bike.
hit my balls on the bike frame?
You don't look very comfortable. I think you're
You
doing
might
a like roomy, like room.
Yeah.
Room. This was
It looks like I missed the seat.
This was a Le Mans road bike.
The
What
Le
is
Mans
that
road
bike?
bike. It was probably like a 47 centimeter. It was very small, 48 centimeters, very tiny. Yeah.
I remember that bike.
Mm-hmm.
So the funny thing is, looking through some of these pictures as
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
went for a ride, is you, Anders, did ride with us quite a bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When did that start to shift where riding was not something you really wanted to do?
12, 13.
Yeah.
When I
Puberty.
started, yeah.
Puberty.
Puberty.
The worst.
Mm.
Yeah. What are some of the, so this is the other one. I love this. So you had done a race, Anders, clearly where you had won this jersey
Yep.
from Cycleloft. And I did not realize how many pictures of you I have
Actually in it.
riding this jersey. Yes. All right. Do you remember this ride?
No.
No.
Okay. So this ride was, we took you to, I think it was down in Providence,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you, Anders, were determined to be in front. And you were, for the most part. But then Sophie decided she wanted to be in front. And there might have been a little bit of competition going on. And someone bore the brunt of that when your handlebars hit
What
each
did you do to
other.
me?
And Sophie went down
Well, she looks
like
fine.
a bag of rocks. Like, she has scrapes on
Her
her.
teeth weren't like that before, right?
Yeah. Scrapes on her elbow, scrapes on her face.
I'm going to go with yes because they're still there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's probably the head injury.
Oh,
The blunt force trauma.
yeah.
One of my biggest memories is one race. It was just you and me.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a grass race before. It was two races. I wasn't supposed to do the grass one.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have a good time. And then the second race was just on this like circle, like a loop. And I remember I was kicking ass until some kid with, I think, what are the clipless,
Yeah.
whatever, was able to catch up with me. And that was the first time you introduced me to clipless pedals. You're like, he had clipless. You were.
Oh,
he was
he
gonna
could
catch
push
up
and
to
pull.
you.
I think that's where you won that red jersey in second place.
I don't think I did because I
No?
remember like they were like only the first place got like a
Hmm.
helmet or something.
Okay.
What was my first race?
I believe your first race was also the Tri-Sprouts out in Sudbury.
Okay.
It was because your dad was doing the triathlon support. That was a firm
Yes,
race.
but
Firm was the name
Yes.
of the.
I'm thinking like race and more like just biking because I remember doing triathlons,
Okay.
but I don't think I quite, when I did those, was like, ooh, you know what aspect of this I really love? Biking.
I think the only
Okay.
thing you did as a race was to start with was cyclocross.
No, that's what I'm saying. What was my first cyclocross race?
I
Oh,
have to look back.
I don't remember that.
Because-
I believe it was probably
Because that's
Minuteman.
okay. That's what I'm
it's
thinking.
probably
Minuteman.
Minuteman.
Because I think cyclocross is what got me like into bikes. Because
Right.
before that, it was just like you guys were biking,
Mhm.
and so like the one, that photo where I'm walking and I'm like smiling and I'm soaking wet. That wasn't my first race.
So
I had too much
that
gear.
is not your first race. That was right here.
Yes,
All
it was
right,
that
that
race.
was-
That was the farm.
That was with,
So
like two other boys, right?
yes,
Yeah.
it was two other boys. That was the farm. So
I
there
never
was
did
like
that one
poo everywhere.
It was horrible. It was raining.
raining.
Just straight
but
mud.
yes,
Yeah.
it was straight mud. Here's Anders.
If we
Yes.
want to talk about that,
Classic
Yeah.
photo.
that you're like, oh, when did you stop liking it? Like I'm old enough now that I'm in a kit with my dad's face on it in the pouring rain with a bike that didn't work.
Right.
And then the guys I'm racing against have been doing this for
Yes.
who knows how long. I got my ass kicked. But I want to talk about, I don't know if you have a photo about this. The best race I've done, I joked about the start about bribery.
Yes.
The one with the apple cider donuts
Yeah.
was my favorite one every single time.
They had this.
Look at those knees.
They had
What's those
this
Disney knees?
section where they had a bunch of rollers and so forth, and some of them you get air on, and you came down and did this endo landing on your front wheel, and you came back. And you told me all about it
because he
you
held
were
on to it.
So proud that I missed this. And then one of our friends, Jeff, who's been on the podcast, he had captured the moment, and of course that photo is up in the shop.
Yeah,
it's spectacular.
It was a great,
but
a great time.
It was the race, and after the races, you're kind of stuck there for a little bit with your family.
Yes.
You have to wait for your different categories of racers, and everyone else is doing things, and you're just kind of waiting there.
Yeah.
Bribery.
Yes.
Food.
That one was fine because I was given apple cider donuts.
Yeah,
warm
if
apple
you want
cider.
your kids
it was
to
already
ride.
kinda cold. Bribery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. There have been rides where I fully remember keeping you guys going by throwing chocolate at you like every 15 to 20 minutes, right?
I don't remember that.
Oh, absolutely. Where I think
I don't remember that too much. I
this
remember the apple cider
one
donuts.
was one of those. These winter rides.
Oh,
I had
yes.
snacks.
The rides, yes, you did do that.
Well,
but
that was
like
one of my favorite
races.
vacations.
No, not races.
Yeah.
Well, we
But
should
the
talk about
rides.
at some point the fat bike vacation.
I don't know
Yes.
why we haven't done it again. That was one of my favorite ones because also it was challenging. It was cold.
Yes.
It was so cold.
Okay,
So
that
let's-
was
So let's take a step back and what are we talking about? So the year was
2016.
I think it was
2016.
2016.
Okay.
Okay.
2016,
LeBron
we
just won
had
the
talked about
championship.
doing a family ski vacation.
Yep.
And when we looked at how much that was going to cost,
Mhm.
we realized we could buy the kids fat bikes for the same amount.
For less.
For less.
Mhm.
That we could do a fat bike vacation.
Yeah.
So what did we do?
So we went for the week, it was half spent at Lake Placid
Yep.
and half at J Peak. And there was a polar vortex that week.
Yes.
So we do have a photo. We need to pull that up of us in Lake Placid. And I believe the actual temperature was negative 15-ish,
Oh,
negative
yeah,
20.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
we were in Lake
Regards,
Placid, we
and that-
couldn't go outside.
We can go outside.
It was fine in the trees, but I remember there's portions of this ride where we would go out into the open field
like the lake,
and
honestly.
the
Yes.
wind would hit us, and that was brutal.
Right.
But again, bribery.
Yeah,
There was
'cause-
a water park back, like when we
Water
got
park-
so,
the thing.
so then we went to J Peak and it did warm up a little bit.
Yes.
Yes.
Still cold, but it was much warmer.
Yes.
And the conditions there, I remember, were horrible for skiing. It's like that's what those
Yes,
skiers
yes,
told
yes.
us.
It was like
but
the
the
worst
cross
they'd
country
ever been.
ski center, which was also bad for cross country skiing, they have fat biking there, and that was actually pretty good.
That
And-
was good.
And it was free because it was so bad.
Yeah.
They were just like, go.
Just go.
So these are some pictures. This is you, Sophie. Here's Anders riding the fat bike. And what was funny, there were, look at Sophie. It was funny. There would be
I was
moments
dead.
where Dad was like pushing from the back,
Yeah, I think he's,
pushing her
like,
along.
pushing
I
me in
remember
this
that.
photo.
And Anders would be like, hey now. And I was like, you can do it though, buddy. You're doing so well. Now, we did have one incident. Do you remember this? So
That is a photo of you on the ground.
and I we were all at the intersection, and you stepped out in the intersection, and the entire
Things
it was just ice,
It was just
and
ice.
you went down so hard, like it is like burned into my memory.
So
This
funny.
moment,
I remember that now.
Of course, it was really bad, but it was a great vacation.
It
right?
was
'Cause
good.
It was a nice mix of being out and riding, and then you
then-
knew
And then
there was
chilling.
something
There was something
fun
good, fun at the-
afterwards.
And of course, yeah,
Well, it's fun,
J
but
Peak
it's
has that indoor
relaxing.
water park.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember.
Yeah.
But I actually remember at Lake Placid, there was a breakfast place we went that had like really good pancakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember
Mhm.
that distinctly.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember when this one was from?
No.
It
So
kind of makes me think of, it's not Natick, is it?
it is
Is it the
Natick.
Father's Day
Natick.
ride?
It's the Tour to Natick on Father's
Oh.
Day. Yeah. And I think this was our first, like, we're all in the kits.
In the kit.
Like, we
Wow.
all had matching kits. We were quite the
Spectacle.
spectacle to show up
That
at
is
this,
quite a spectacle.
at this Rotary event.
Well, this is any time as a family we showed
Yeah.
up matching. Do you remember that one time we were in, I think it was Stowe, and we went to a
Oh, yeah,
beginner
we'll get
mountain
there.
bike ride?
Yep.
Yep.
And we all showed up in matching kits. And is that it? Or no,
We
not matching
weren't
kits.
matching.
But we were
We
all
were not.
wearing kits. We were wearing stuff.
Well,
like
we also-
jerseys.
We also pulled up
In the van. Was it the van?
No,
Yeah.
no, we pulled up in the. Was it the Ford?
Was it the Flex?
with the full wrap?
But
Yeah.
it
Or was
had
the minivan?
some. It had some sort of wrap on it.
It had a lot
and
of
we
wrap
pull
on
up,
it.
and
Oh,
people
yeah.
come up to us
Yep.
and they go,
This
"Is this a beginner's ride?" We were like, "Yes, it still is.
It still
Yes.
is. Don't be fooled. Look pro, go slow.
Yep. Yep, I remember this.
Yeah, this one was a fun one. This was Stowe, Vermont. It was a
Great jersey.
beers and mountain bike, like.
It was Beats, Brews, and Bikes, something like
yeah,
that.
it was a
Yes.
festival that we just happened to fall into.
Yep.
And then this
Mountain
was a
bikers and
group
alcohol.
ride.
Yep.
Yeah.
As they drink a
And
sunset.
you had not ridden that much, Anders, and then you crushed it.
Yeah,
that
you
weekend.
did. There were so many switchbacks on
You
this ride. I
both
remember.
did. I was so
I remember.
bitter.
That was a fun
You
one.
rode up Katy Hill like it was nothing.
That
Right.
was a fun one.
Right.
That was a really fun one.
All
Except
right.
I remember
What
you guys,
is that? What is that we're looking at now?
We're in
Switzerland.
You guys rode mountain bikes in Switzerland.
was so fun. That was so fun.
Yeah.
I'd say mountain biking is kind of a strong description. But as I know mountain biking, I wouldn't classify this as mountain biking, but we were on mountain bikes.
We took a
the
gondola
mountains.
up the mountain
Right.
in somewhere near Lonterburn, and then basically rented bikes. We rented bikes at the bottom, took the gondola up, and then we rode across the ridge line to the end of the valley, and then down
So
basically
cool.
the road back into town.
So cool.
Yep.
I
it-
will
it
say this,
suddenly went-
what this makes me think of on the topic of like how to get your kids to ride
Yeah.
is I would say like find out why they want to ride.
Yeah.
So what I think about a lot is like with Anders, whenever we go on a trail, you're always like, we can't take it the same way back because I don't
Yes.
want to ride somewhere I've already been. I don't want to see stuff we've already seen.
Yep.
I was
So
there for the sights.
so yeah, so like if like your kid wants to ride to see stuff,
Yes.
then
One of my favorite
orient
rides.
your rides
Good
around.
insight from Sophie.
Yeah, orient your rides around like
Yeah.
landmarks. So this photo is like a really cool graffiti building. Switzerland was for the scenery, but just like
right.
make sure like if they're not riding, just like
For the Lord.
Always go for a different
Yeah.
country for your rides. No.
Yeah,
Yeah. Travel often.
This was fun. This
So
was
fun. That
January
was so
1st.
fun.
So it was the
Yes.
first of the year. We
Mhm.
decided to go out. It was down at
Wampatuck. Hingham.
where they have these old,
Military buildings.
yeah, with
Mhm.
amazing graffiti.
Yes.
And we were like, I think that's actually how we even pitched it to you.
Mhm.
That this
Yes.
was going to be a
You did.
great place for the gram.
exactly.
Like, this was-
Exactly.
Is that how we pitched it to you?
You
Oh,
catered.
yeah. We were
Oh,
like, there's going to be
You
so
say that
many
like
cool
I have only
pictures.
2 posts on my
Yeah.
Instagram.
But
But it
great
was
for the
more-
gram is more a way of saying
Yeah.
it's cool.
It's
there.
It's cool. Yeah. It wasn't that I thought you were going to like
Yeah.
Yes.
go all Instagram,
like,
but it was just
that's
that it was
one of
a
my favorite and also still my like one of the only things I've ever posted on my Instagram.
Yes.
Because that
Mhm.
is one of the coolest pictures we have.
Okay.
It was-
And I will say, I think
Sick.
why I got into biking is because I started racing, and racing really catered. I'm uber competitive. Like I'm
Mm.
extremely competitive. We can't play board games in our home.
Well, we can now.
We can now.
Can
I've
we?
matured. When I was young, I was not so much fun playing
there
board
was
games
flinging. There was
because I was super
definitely board-
competitive.
board
So
game flinging.
racing really kind of tapped into that competitive aspect of my life that I really enjoyed and gave me something to work towards.
I also think in the racing thing, there definitely was a male female difference in that when you raced,
yes.
you basically were guaranteed to win.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
It was
because
like
there
me,
were 4 of you.
Yep, there was 4 of us max,
Yeah.
and two of them are my teammates, and the other one's like 3 years younger than me.
Yes. Where Anders, when you started, first of all, you started a little later than she did. So
Yes.
there were already people that had
Had been
started
riding.
riding.
Yes.
They were kitted, man. They were
Yeah.
like, to your
On
point, they had the
teams.
clipless already. They had to, and there were just a lot of them.
There's
just
so
a
many.
lot. It was
Unfortunately-
a different experience. I
Unfortunately,
think.
the culture too with that, those guys, they sucked.
Get close.
They They sucked. They were kind of pricks. Like I would try to I would see and then you would try to get to know them and they're like, I'm just here to tear, like burn rubber and kick butt. Like,
right. Yeah, there definitely was a different vibe. I've even talked about because I think there was a time where I thought we could bring you back to it. And I was like, but I wouldn't bring him in as a junior. I'd bring him in as a cat five man.
Adult, yes.
Like, it's just because they're
the
just
juniors.
Because of the attitude.
The junior attitude was like, we are here to race.
And all the junior boys were like faster than the Cat 5 men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
They were insane.
That's right.
But one thing though, and this is based on the individual who you're trying to get, your kid.
Right.
I didn't have any competitive drive when I was younger.
Right.
That's true. Yeah.
That has since changed. But I do wish there was some drive to actually be like, oh, you don't want to talk to me? That's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me.
Yeah, you're right. At the time, that wasn't a motivator for you.
No,
You were more into the experiences of things.
And I will say, because we had our own team and Anders was part of that team, like you said, though, there were 4 girls and then you and one other guy maybe, but then he left or I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
It might have been beneficial to put Anders on another team.
Right.
To then have a community at the races, because he was kind of isolated from the other teams. Because, you go to these races and all the kids are at their tents with their teammates or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
And here he was with his parents, embarrassing, and his little sister, embarrassing,
right,
and the 3 other girls, the 2 other girls on the team, embarrassing. Yeah. So it could have been useful.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, to put him on a team other than Steve the bike guy, so he had people.
A different experience. And it might not have been cyclocross, right?
No,
Again, mountain bike might have been a better
community.
There, I think they had a slightly different attitude about it. And I also think that the racing is different. It's a little more
so different,
because they're longer races.
If New England Youth Cycling existed at the time, Anders would have fit in fantastic with that.
And also mountain bikers, from what I've gathered from working with them as both children, like my campers, and then also working with adults as my coworkers. Shout out, Hale. They aren't always completely obsessed with time. Cyclocross is just how fast you can get through it.
Yes.
Mountain biking is so much more take your time on this one feature, try a new thing, learn a new skill,
or when I would ride behind the mountain bikers, at a race, say landmine, right? And I'm racing it and there's these teenage boys in front of me. And I'm like, if they stopped bouncing off of stuff, they would go so much faster. But
they're just there to have fun.
That's not what they're doing. Where cyclocross, I think, was we put you into 2 weird ones. I mean, the first one that your dad tried to put you in was Criterium.
Yeah.
And I think this is just the learnings, right? Which was
the first child.
Yeah, first child.
That turned out fine.
Right? But here's a picture of the Criterium race we brought you to.
Look at how hard that guy's going.
Okay.
Now, there was yes. It's hilarious.
There was no children there.
There was a category for your age, yet no other boys showed up your age. So they were like, well, you can go out with them.
What are you talking about? That's competition right there.
And
they were scared.
Did so great.
And you just this was at Nigret Park in Rhode Island, which is a old runway area, so closed old circuit, no cars whatsoever.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
And they just basically kept lapping you, and you just went out and you just said you did your laps.
You being
it was
watching
that kid is what?
Get lapped
17
by a freight train.
He was, yeah.
I remember watching
You were
it
10 and you were up with the 16, 17, 18-year-olds.
Oh, but look how proud I am.
Look at how proud you are of him.
He looks like a corpse.
You did so good.
That's so funny.
Well,
That is
this
so
reminds me
funny.
of that photo. I don't know if we have it here, but when I did the race at Really Rad,
yes.
is that what it was? And I was the opposite. I was like,
yes.
12 or something, right? And I had my Steve the Bike I Kid on. I had my clipless pedals. I had my skin suit. Okay, because I loved the skin suit, unlike this one. I felt so cool. And I was with like a bunch of 8-year-olds.
Yeah, for whatever
You were-
reason,
no,
the
you were
the age range
I was at
they
the top.
had was a wrong grouping.
Yeah, so then
you were in the correct age group, but the girls who were there were at the bottom, and you were at the very top.
And also, I had been riding. I was like Anders' worst nightmare. I was one of those kids that have been riding for a while. My dad owned a bike shop.
Right. You were
Right?
fully kitted.
So then I went up a class and I rode with, didn't I?
Hannah. Yeah.
Hannah and Anna.
They all looked, because we had asked and they were like, no.
And then they looked at
And
me.
then we lined you all up. And they were
Yes.
like, or maybe yes. Maybe we'll move you.
Because I'm standing there and I'm just so like, let's be clear,
Surrounded.
as shown by my pink Specialized, I love my
We
pretty
have
bikes.
that photo somewhere,
I'm
right?
sure I have that picture.
I mean, you
somewhere.
can put it up,
were
you'll find
at
it.
least
Yeah.
6 inches taller than everybody.
But I love my pretty bikes, but I was surrounded by bikes that had like the streamers on the handles. Like that's what we were looking at. The chain guard covers, you know, like that's what we were looking at. And I was like, I'm feeling like maybe I don't belong here. In like a go me kind of way though.
Right? Absolutely. This is actually, this was another one where I think we got a good picture.
We did.
And we had a good, this was during the pandemic, which
Yes.
I can tell because
Yep.
we all have our
Buffs.
buffs, just in case we ran into someone in the woods.
Like the Farfar's jersey.
Right? Anders
It's a good
has
jersey.
that Farfar's jersey. This was a good day. This was a good day out on the bike.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this day specifically,
Yeah, I don't either.
I do.
but I remember rides like it.
I remember that one also because what was it? Where I was like, oh, I don't want to be in bike stuff. No, the other one, the one you just swiped.
You didn't
Oh.
want to wear bike.
I don't want to
bike
bike stuff,
clothes.
and that just ended up being uncomfortable.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that. Cause so
Oh,
this
clothing.
is
That's in Raleigh,
this is
isn't it?
actually
Yep.
in Raleigh.
Mhm.
We were visiting.
I love that trail.
family, and I think we had gotten you to it. This is the Surly, so this is a hardtail flat bar bike, which I think you like better. I think that's
Yes.
also like finding the bikes that
Yes,
you
I
like.
I think
right?
we like very different bikes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So like I did mountain biking for a while, but
Yeah.
my bike carbon?
Yes.
My bike
Yes.
was lighter. I don't think that's why I enjoyed fat biking. I cannot do heavy bikes.
Oh,
I don't like how
so
clunky fat
spoiled.
bikes are. I know I'm so spoiled, but I don't like clunky bikes. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
Yeah.
then once the pandemic started and we actually started doing road riding because the roads were so empty, and then now gravel, I'm realizing that like I really like how sleek those are and
Okay.
like the speed of those rides, I guess, is very satisfying to me.
Yep.
I do appreciate mountain biking for the, the skill of maneuvering and the bike handling skills that are required, but I think he enjoyed mountain biking more than I did.
Yeah. Well, because my favorite was downhill mountain biking.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I love downhill mountain biking.
Yeah. And we haven't done enough of that. And I think some of it is I'll admit to some fear of you hurting yourself. Both of you.
Yep.
Especially because we tended to do it during lacrosse season. And so
We
I
were both
didn't want
playing.
either of you to hurt yourselves since cycling was
Yeah,
not
but,
your
like,
primary. So
I mean, with stuff like that and fear of like getting your kid, kids
Your kid
being
getting hurt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you have to push it aside just
Unavoidable.
a little bit.
I broke-
because like
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, with the stories of you two and you learning how to ride bikes, like you weren't thinking like, oh, what if I get hurt? You
Well, the
know,
only
like,
reason
oh,
we
yeah.
didn't go downhill mountain biking this summer is because of mom being fearful of you getting hurt.
Like, what?
Yeah.
You gotta stop with that. You gotta cut that out.
sorry.
You gotta cut. you
Don't
gotta
do
cut
that.
out.
Sorry.
How to get your kid to ride a bike? Let them.
That's absolutely fair.
And it's unavoidable. Like I broke my shoulder blade
I know.
popping a rock
Yep.
at Hale, which
Yeah.
is like not super mountainous. It was
Right.
just a low front tire,
Yep.
landed it wrong, tucked and rolled.
Yeah.
You know?
So, Anders, if you were going to come back to cycling, let's say, what kind of cycling do you think you would
Oh, mountain
be most-
biking.
Mountain biking.
Mountain biking.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm still about the sights.
Yeah.
Think about our trips. Think about when we go on family vacation. Like one of the things that you're like, oh, what does Anders want to see? The sights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see cool stuff. I want to see nature. Road riding, I think, is the worst. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to say it. This might offend some people. I think it's the worst. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, the American road infrastructure is not set up for you guys to be there.
Terrified of drivers.
I will say, terrified. The idea of you commuting to work on your bike.
That's a little different because that's a grid system.
It is.
That
but
is
it
a grid
still
system.
terrifies
And
me.
mountain biking is just, it's me. Worst thing that's happening. If anything is going to hit me, it's going to be a tree.
That technically you hit.
Yeah.
That is my feeling on mountain biking, is that it's not that I'm not going to get hurt. Obviously, I've gotten hurt. But it's largely going to be because of my error and I've hit a tree, not because
a 2008 sedan just pancaked me.
Yeah.
See, I find that so interesting because I find that mountain biking, I'm not seeing the scenery. I'm seeing the few feet in front of my tires.
Oh, because you're looking down.
Because I'm looking down. Because I'm not looking directly down, but like
right.
I'm focused on not hitting
Well,
that
it's
tree.
important to like stop and
Yes.
when you get to a spot where there's a bunch of graffiti and buildings, and you take some sick ass photos.
Well, and I think maybe that's where Sophie likes, and where you might find that you like that gravel or mixed terrain thing, because that can kind of bring together the best of mountain biking and road riding. Because
I've been liking gravel.
The gravel is dirt roads, single track,
scenery. No to less cars.
Last summer, we did the Green River ride, the three of us, and I did the 50 by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I loved that ride.
Yeah.
It was so nice. It was on a rail trail for a little bit. It was on a road for a little bit, but most of the time it was on this gravel road down a river in Western Massachusetts up to Vermont. And it was me and my new friend, Michael Phoenix. And it was...
He just gave me a kudos the other day.
He's great. It was just us on this... We were just talking, and it was just the river. And the only thing I had to worry about were potholes.
Yeah.
And we just like went, and that feeling of just going and like the wind. And like we stopped occasionally when I was like, can we take a picture with this bridge? But like that was like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
You know? And so I find that interesting that we like those for different reasons.
Yeah. Now, do you think that our being into cycling had, as much as we were, had any impact on you beyond cycling? Like, or just, you're both very into fitness. You both go to the gym. I think you understand the importance of good nutrition and good fitness. Do you think that comes from watching us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think, yes, from you guys being active, but
what
also...
you buy also at grocery stores. I remember Cape Cod chips being like a huge development during COVID. You're like, oh, we're letting loose. We got Cape Cod chips.
We were the house...
We had to be stuck in this house.
We were the house that, like, when you wanted dessert, you, like, grabbed a bowl of semi-sweet chocolate chips. You know? Like...
Right. That's true. We're not...
Or you made cookies. But more that... You guys rode all the time, but also obviously you guys made us do sports our whole lives, which I think was really important. And I think part of the reason we went through with those is also because you guys were so active, you know? And then it's always good to have something that keeps you moving outside of a sport, because I know especially for a lot of kids, I'm going to speak specifically to girls for a second. Most girls quit their sports around like 13, 14. For a variety of reasons. Puberty again. Always comes back to puberty. But just, you know, bad coaches or mean teammates or things like that. So like having a thing that keeps you active that you don't necessarily need to depend on other people to do, I guess, like cycling.
Okay.
I think is an important thing to have. And then also to become like a self-starter in that sense, that it's like, oh, I'm not being active because I have to go to practice every weekday. I'm being active because like this is something I want to do as like a social, I don't know. But yes, I will say like you guys being active has definitely made a good example for us. And then also I think it rubbed off on your parents, because then you guys got them e-bikes and I know they used those all the time, and they're already, I think, abnormally outgoing and active for grandparents.
Yeah.
Like my Nana swims all the time. Papa goes is active too. Does he swim?
No, he does the elliptical.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he
Go
they
to
do
the gym.
things.
Yeah.
But then you got them these bikes, and now they're doing another thing. You
Right.
know, and it's like I think that's cool. So
Yeah.
that's my answer.
How do you, Anders, how was it when you were younger and there was starting to have a divergence? Because I always struggled, I will say, when you did start to say, I don't want to come to this thing. I don't want to ride bikes, right?
Yep.
I struggled with, I should make him come. I should make him come. And respecting the choice and saying, well, he wants the space.
Good
That's not
question.
what he's interested in. How do you, I guess, how do you think we navigated that? Maybe what recommendations would you have for a parent who's kind of the same thing's happening? Like,
I think that goes back to the competitiveness again and
Yeah.
willingness to try new things. I think I was a very anxious kid
okay.
growing up, and unfortunately, there was nothing to be done about that.
Right.
I would say try to push me more if I would say anything to
Mm.
do these things, and just be like, get your ass out of the basement and go.
That's easy. That's easier said than
It's
done.
easier
Yeah,
said than
so
done, though, right?
easy.
And I had to find my competitiveness and drive to do things on my own,
Yeah.
which is there's something to be said about that. But I think you guys, I mean, as I am right
I'm not
now,
looking
like,
for
Turned out all right.
validation,
Yeah.
I promise.
I mean, we also entered our competitive cyclocross phase around 2013-ish or
13,
so,
and at that
right?
point, I
so
was
you
the
were
most-
just becoming a teenager and so forth. And I think if we had maybe lessened the competitiveness and done
Maybe.
more
Recreational.
mountain
Yes.
biking, I think that would have
Might have been better.
Yeah.
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 Hindsight's, I don't want to say regrets because I just think
it's not regrets,
we
but
are,
it's just more like, how did you navigate it? And
Yeah.
I was
More,
like,
what did we learn?
yes,
for you
someone
guys.
else, right? To be like, I think we always did a good job of giving you space. And my thing always with Steve was like, regardless of where he is on his cycling journey, there has to be a bike ready for him at any time.
I think my big thing
Yes.
is if I have kids, is I'm going to drag them more.
Kicking it,
More. And not in like a
yeah, more
just-
bribery.
maybe not even bribery, but cycling was so specific. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I think just dragging them in general to like, let's say they don't want to go bike riding. Fine, we're going frisbee golf. You know what I mean? Like we're dragging your ass out of this house no matter what.
Got it.
yes.
Get off the Wii. We're going.
Get off the
But
weed.
if I was like,
You're dating
like,
yourself,
maybe
man.
like, you know what I mean? Like
The Wii 27.
they're like, you know, find give them like options. You know what I mean? Or it's like, okay, you don't want to go cyclocrossing, right? Or road biking. What about
Yeah.
so and so?
Yeah.
Why don't we?
So maybe more just building the habit of doing something rather than pushing just for biking solely.
Yes.
because
you
like
know?
they're like, you guys were like, we're doing this. We're going biking with the family. Are you coming?
Yep.
And obviously, you can't always be the flexible, like, oh, our one kid didn't want to
Yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know, pitching more,
Yes.
shooting what, like,
It's about the illusion of choice.
yes.
Oh, I like it. The illusion
good way
of
to put it.
choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can do mountain biking or gravel riding. Okay.
Or it's like, oh, we could go do this thing as a like we could go for this ride, or house is kind of in disarray. We could stay home and,
Yes. Right.
By the way, the internet's off until 2 p.m. So you
Yeah.
know.
Oh my goodness, Circle.
Circle.
I forgot about
I
that.
didn't forget about Circle.
That's
I was living in a
right.
tyranny.
Oh my god.
There was a tyrant that controlled our internet.
I
Had
totally
it turned
forgot
off at
about
10
Circle.
p.m. or whatever.
That's right. You can blame Manic Mommies for that because I'm pretty sure somebody
Wow.
gave that to me.
Of course
to
they
try,
did.
and I was like, genius.
The internet is an evil place.
What other tip would you have before we wrap this up? Because we've got to clean this house.
Or we could go on a bike ride.
Or we can go on a bike ride.
Ooh.
Do you have any other tips that if somebody were to ask about getting their kid to ride a bike?
I feel like I gave all my tips. Bribery and
We didn't go
Oh,
over
food,
the last
Bribery and
ride.
adventure. The last ride.
Actually, the last big kidded group ride. Which
Oh,
was
that's
at
right.
Acadia.
that was
I
good.
loved that ride.
Sophie pissed me off at the end though, because we just rode like almost 20 miles. And Sophie's
This is
like,
a great.
no. That's not 20
No,
miles.
we
though.
rode 19.1 miles.
Okay, let's set the stage. We were where?
We were in Acadia,
Okay.
and we had just decided to do the carriage trails in
Yes.
Acadia.
yeah.
And this one was like, you know what, guys? As a surprise, special for you, I'm going to wear a full kit.
I'm going to wear a kit.
Yes, full kit.
It was
Wow.
our
It was
anniversary.
their
It was your anniversary.
Oh,
and then he was
yes.
like, I'm going to wear a full kit.
I remember.
Great. It was beautiful.
It was so fun.
scenic. It wasn't mountain. It wasn't road. It was like a nice in
Dirt
between.
road.
Ah, see, there's gravel,
Yep.
Anders.
It
Oh
was
my goodness.
awesome.
It was good. No, it was great.
It was a lot of elevation, I remember.
Yep.
It was.
It was a decent amount of elevation.
But
Yeah.
And then we
killed it.
We did 19.1 miles. And we get to the end, and this just speaks to, I think, both of our characters.
Yes.
We get to the end, and Anders is like, oh my God, I can take these bib shorts off. And I go, I need 0.9 more miles. And so I literally lapped this tiny little island in the parking lot,
You're missing something.
I think 40
No, no,
times.
no. You're missing.
Yes.
You're missing something.
You did.
The part that annoyed me before you started lapping,
I'm
right,
scared.
was you're like, let's go, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I will. We'll join. I'll join. Like, let's go. Let's do 20 miles.
Let's finish 20 miles.
And you decide to go down one of the steepest hills, which means now we have to go up that steepest.
Because I think
hill.
at first I was going to try to ride out,
You
not
were
just
just
in the
trying
parking lot. I was
exploring,
going to just ride.
And then we stopped because there were some kids who weren't wearing their helmets properly, and their parents went around. So our mom stepped in to adjust their helmets.
Yes, I
for
remember this.
them.
Oh, because one of them, they had stopped to ask you for help
Mechanical
with
question.
a mechanical question. And this woman's helmet was just completely back. And so I was like, I'm so sorry. While we're
I'm gonna
doing
be a
this,
mom
I'm
right
gonna
now.
I'm gonna mom you and I'm
Yeah.
gonna fix your helmet. And she was like, at least someone will mom me. And it was like the saddest moment. She was like,
So
we were
sad.
like, I was like, oh, okay, they're doing a hug too. Like, and I know you love those moments when I just
Oh,
fix
yes, I
people
remember. I made you
helmets.
all come with me.
No. I wanted to.
Yes,
So I was
yes.
like- and then we had to go up
Up
that
the hill.
and,
And then we
I'm like,
still didn't have enough.
those
So
bib
then
shorts
I
were right
started
up my
doing my
ass.
laps
Yeah.
in the parking lot
and
until I got
that's when
20
was
miles.
like, oh my
This.
goodness.
Yes.
And-
It was a
And
little
it was
crazy.
it was just these two. Me and dad were just like, oh my god, they're still going. They're just
Because what is the? I will say,
I was like 19
I am
versus 20.
all about rolling up to the full or the half.
Oh,
But
if
I
I'm
will
if I'm
say-
under a half, then I don't bother. If I'm over no.
Yes.
Yeah, if I'm over a half, but I'm on a bigger ride, then I will try to get the
The
even number.
big number.
But if I'm ending in like a parking lot, and then it's maybe 2/10
there
of a
was
mile.
another
and I'll
issue.
do
Yeah,
it.
there was another issue, and the biggest issue, honestly, is again like the carrot on a stick. We just got to our car,
Right.
and sweet treats and coffee were promised.
Yes.
Oh, and now I'm taking your time.
Now,
She
and
would
now that
not
just
stop
the
riding.
treat was right there. And now I have to watch her like sheep, like go around, like we're counting sheep. I'm like, how many? And
I was
Dad's
trying
like,
to
Dad's
distract
like,
you.
Don't
The
worry, we'll get your
dog was
coffee
like-
soon.
Right.
I was like,
Even the dog was like, "Can we go now?"
Like,
So, bribery,
bribery.
competitive.
Options. There's so many forms of biking
Find
out
out what your kid wants.
What drives your child?
Yes.
there. And let them ride the bike.
And let them ride the bike.
Like
You're
like,
absolutely right.
like if your kid, if you want your kid to get into biking and you list all the options to them, and they do choose the one that's slinging themselves down a mountain,
Okay.
let
For the
them
Strap on a
record,
helmet.
Let them mess around and
The
find out.
last
Let them.
2 times we did downhill mountain bike riding with you, you crashed.
Well, okay,
Just
I'm
for the
blaming Dad on
record.
one of them
Okay,
Oh,
good.
because
oh, yes.
I remember we did 3 or 4 runs,
You did great.
and it was fine. We were doing a good time. And on like the 5th run, Dad goes, "Be careful on this one," or something like that. Be
Oh,
careful.
you're blaming me? Oh, I see.
We've done so many runs before that, and then I ran on my shoulder. I bit it, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Why would you tell me that?"
Well, this is like, I went downhill mountain biking for the first time ever without you guys.
That's
I went
right.
with my coworkers
Right.
from Hale,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they tried to kill me. I'm convinced. They were like, "No, you got it. You got it." I'm on my 120 cross country mountain bike, my
Yup.
Scott Spark, and they take me down Reef Drop or whatever.
Okay.
If you've gone
So
to
the word
Highland,
drops in
you
there
know what it
where-
is. I'm riding. Oh, they've disappeared from the horizon. I wonder where they went. Okay.
And you didn't stop?
No, I go to stop
Oh.
and then I go straight down. It's like a 15-foot drop or something like that. Yes, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, Sophie, go around. Oh. Really? Really? Because also the ride around was still, my butt was touching back tire.
Right.
That's how far I was sitting back in my seat.
Right.
And then also they took me down. It might have been Lunch Lady. I don't know. It was something like that. But I just absolutely punched a tree, ate it. Oh my gosh, I remember this so distinctly. It was just sheetrock. Just the entire turn was just smooth. I think it rained too. So just slip and slide. And I was just going down it basically sideways. And then I just punch a tree, Captain Hook my brake lever.
Yes.
Do you remember this?
Oh, I
Yeah.
do.
And I
yes.
have a huge like gash on the top of my handlebars. And I was like, okay, cool. I think my finger joints hurt for the next like 4 weeks
That's
from just
absolutely possible.
death. I literally I got to the bottom and I was like,
And do you remember when Anders went to go work for Public Lands and they had a thing on your name tag that asked you what was your favorite outdoor space? And what did you say?
Was it Thunder Mountain or whatever?
You said
It's Highland.
Oh, Highland, yeah.
And of course, people who knew Highland were asking you questions. They were like, oh, you really like Highland. And you came home, you were like, I gotta change my name tag.
you're like, I like Highland.
Like,
Not like that.
Not like that.
Exactly.
Not like that. Yeah.
All right.
There were some jumps on that thing where you're like,
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
what's
No.
the death toll here?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
If
my
we
gosh.
went back, I will say I would love to go downhill mountain biking with you.
Yes.
I would go to Killington.
We've never gone to Killington.
Yeah. I would
Your
go.
mom and I
That was
went
more.
last year.
How was it?
It was great.
Well,
And it
because
was
we
more
did.
it was more of a less like sendy.
We went to Canada. Do you remember that?
nonsense. Yes,
That was good too.
yeah.
It
wasn't
wasn't.
that
It was
same kind of.
very just flowy.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's I would take you
there.
Cool.
That was really awesome.
absolutely.
But yeah, I think biggest tip is just like find what your kid wants out of biking.
Mm.
Is it community? Like, would it have been beneficial to put your kid on a team? Do they want to meet other kids?
Yep.
Is it competitive? But then again, be careful with that because remember when I started racing and I was like, fourth place is just the first loser? Like,
Yeah. Like
It
the
can get-
first time you went, do you remember your only what is now NUIC race?
oh, the mountain bike race?
Mountain bike race.
What was it? Snake something?
It was Snake Den
Snake Den.
in Rhode Island. It rained. It was
Horrible.
muddy. But it was the first time you raced
Mountain bike.
with more than three girls.
More than 3 girls. And it was my first mountain bike race. And
Yes.
mountain bike and cyclocross are entirely different racing styles.
Yes.
And I just burned myself in the first 45
and
minutes.
We didn't have you on a team. We had you part of you were part of a team that didn't have any practices or anything.
Didn't have any practices.
So
I
you
didn't
hadn't
meet
practiced,
anyone.
You didn't know anything about racing.
Nope, didn't know anything about racing. And I
You were
cried.
about just dropping.
Crossed that finish
Yeah.
line with tears on my face, but it was raining, so it didn't even matter.
Yes.
Super
Never
muddy.
went back.
Never went back. I did
Yeah.
one other mountain bike race, and I was the only girl in my category. So I got a pint glass.
There you go. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up.
Well.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course.
We're gonna have to go find some riding out in the Chicago area.
Yes, we are.
It's flat. It's flat. It's
My
all flat.
favorite.
Well,
I heard there
I
was
think-
a mountain bike.
I think
group.
we're gonna have to just travel a little north.
Yeah, I know.
into
We
Michigan
definitely
and
do
so
that.
forth.
It's flat.
So what it sounds like is Anders needs a mountain bike.
Right.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
I have one for him.
What's my one rule?
Of course you do.
Always has to be a bike.
Always has to be a bike ready and available.
In fact,
With
it's
pedals
your,
on it.
Your bike is hanging out in the garage.
All right. We'll bring it when we come to Chicago.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Okay, we're back. Quick update. Anders is on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I've only cried a dozen times in the last 3 days. So we're going to try to hold it together for the rest of this episode. But I thought maybe you and I could, I don't know, just take a moment to reflect on some of the things that the kids said. And again, I don't want to put this in like a regret situation. You can always look back. What do they say? Hindsight is 20/20, right? You will always look back and think, oh, we should have done that differently. Perhaps we should have pushed him more to come out and ride with us.
Right.
Perhaps we should have not. We were all so into cyclocross. It was us and the kids, or one kid and our friends. And the other element we didn't talk about is it was bike shop business. You were growing your business as a bike shop through cyclocross.
Yep.
So going to races, while also very fun, had a business component.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's hard to be like, oh, we're not going to do that, because I think he did a really good job of explaining, both of them, of figuring out what motivates. So for Sophie, it's competition. And for Anders, it's experiences that the bike allows him to partake in.
Right.
And the other thing is, our adventures are not over.
That's true. That's right. That's right.
I also don't want to present this like our adventures are
Yeah,
over.
it's
Not
a good
over.
point.
It's not going to be as easy. It's not going to be as easy as being able to just be like, hey, kids, get in the car, right?
Right.
But we're already looking at what is available in the Chicago area. We're talking about bringing him his bicycle. There's actually a bike shop in Chicago, BFF Bikes, who we know the owner. And she has a great post on her site about local rides, gravel bike rides. So
Yeah, it's we're going to be looking more into this. It is, now that I've been, me and my obsession for maps and scouring over the greater Chicago area, it is a little surprising to me on how much the sprawl is in Chicago and the density of the sprawl. And so looking at a 1-to-1 scale map of Boston area to Chicago, you would think the Boston area, in 6 million people and in the state of size of Massachusetts, we're very dense.
yeah.
But my gosh, do we have so much forest land and open space that Chicago clearly never protected, and therefore it was just built out.
Yeah.
It's not like they don't have some, but boy, they really missed a little bit on the protecting more space around Chicago.
Yeah, and from a cycling perspective, it's interesting to think about how here mountain biking is so prevalent. But I can imagine if you live in Chicago and the closest mountain bike festival is the one we found in Wisconsin, and it was
6 hours away.
6 hours away from Chicago. You don't. I guess we are. It's you don't realize that we are so rich with choices,
Right?
That here in Massachusetts we can
In New England,
mountain bike. New England, we can mountain bike. We can gravel ride. We can road ride. But so finding his way there, I think, is going to be just really fun and interesting. And anyway, he's on the road, and
now there are a bunch of recreational paths.
yes,
in his area, so that's nice.
the 202, the 404. What did they call it?
Well, there's one old converted L line.
Yeah.
That's a couple blocks away from him, and there's a few other parks and corridors. There's one particular corridor that goes up a river.
Yeah.
But
they say the days are long, but the years are short. And I'm going to say that it's hitting me pretty hard this weekend as we wrap up this phase in our parenting journey. I'm pretty proud of myself for holding it together for this whole conversation. So with that, let's wrap this up. You can actually share tips for how you're getting your kids to ride by leaving a comment through the fan mail link on this episode in your podcasting app. You can visit cyclingtogether.bike, or you can leave a comment on any of our social channels at Steve the Bike Guy. I'd love to hear what you're doing.
if you like the show, please help spread the word and tell 3 friends, or leave a review or your favorite on your favorite podcasting app. And so until next time, thank you and enjoy the ride.
Bye. Bye.